Mailbag time here on NFL Daily. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. This is a part of our live shows that we do throughout the week here on the channel. And if you're subscribed, then you'll know when we go live. And so you can be a part of these mailbags using the hashtag NFL or super chatting while the live show is going on. Now, I have a favor that I want to ask of you guys. I want you to share today's show. That way we can get this thing out to the masses. That way as many people can see what we're bringing you with NFL coverage here on NFL Daily. Here's what I need you to do. Click the share button, then select the Twitter icon, click post to Twitter. Tag me at Tyler Jones Live, and I am going to hit that retweet button for everyone that shares today's show. And then on top of that, I got a little extra incentive for you. The first 10 people to share today's show, you are in luck because I am going to give you a follow on the Twitter machine at Tyler Jones Live. Tag me at Tyler Jones Live. Look for that verified check mark that I did not pay for and share today's show. And first 10 people do so, I'm going to follow you back. So let's go ahead and get started with the mailbag. First question, a $5 super chat. Bang! From Ray writes, would you prefer Lamar or DeShaun as your starting QB? Okay, let me put this in simple terms, and then I'll give you the more expanded answer. Do I want the quarterback with 27 sexual assault allegations against him or the quarterback with 0? Okay, there's your answer. Now, the more in-depth, the football answer beyond that. Lamar Jackson had an MVP season. Deshaun Watson looked not good the last time we saw him at the end of last year. And then you may say, well, what about the injury factor? Well, Deshaun Watson had an ACL injury his rookie year that he recovered from. Lamar, he's had some injuries too, so I'll call that a wash. I'll go with the more talented quarterback, the one that's got less off-the-field issues. I'll take Lamar any day over Deshaun Watson personally. Thanks for the question, Ray. Jeremy writes in, all things falling right, who should my Saints grab in the first round? Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame, or Clancy, the big fella from Pitt? I got to tell you, given this choice, no offense to Michael Mayer, because Michael Mayer, I think, is a very good football player. But Taysom Hill, I don't think, is a bad tight end. I think you can wait till later at the tight end spot and don't know necessarily if he's going to be available when the Saints pick. Meanwhile, Clancy here, this is what, say that again? Clancy, Noel. Okay, thank you for that. I was getting distracted by seeing the L on screen. Clancy, this guy is so athletic and somebody that I think is going to be a problem, and the Saints have a lot of issues there when it comes to their defense. They need all the help they can get. I think Clancy can be a big benefactor and really get the most out of this Saints defense and help them take a next step up. That's what I would do potentially, but we'll see. Thanks for the super chat there. RC Plane Builder 2 writes, where will the Colts' Yannick Ngakoue sign? What are your top 5 teams? Also go Falcons. We are going to be a scary good team this season. So Yannick Ngakoue, likely leaving the Indianapolis Colts, going into free agency, and what you've seen at this point is that teams have spent a lot of money already, and then you still have to spend on the draft, right? And have to save a certain amount of money for those guys there. And so with that said, when it comes to that, the options are limited of where Ngakoue could sign. I hear that you're a Falcons fan there. That might be one possibility. Remember, the Bears still have a ton of money to spend, too. The Eagles, it sounded like, had some interest in Ngakoue as well. So there's 3 potential teams there. Sounded like the Raiders also, they need a lot of help on their defense. I think the Chiefs were another team that came up. So there's 5 teams. And Ngakoue is going to have his pick of where he wants to go, and he's going to get the money at least close to what he wants. We'll see what goes on there, but those are teams that come to mind. Odell writes, the newest member of the Baltimore Ravens, should the Cowboys make a splash for DeAndre Hopkins? So I was thinking about this when it comes to D-Hop and what his trade value is. And remember, his no-trade clause doesn't exist anymore after the suspension that he was handed out. That voided the no-trade clause. So the Cardinals have the flexibility to shop D-Hop compared to what they would have been otherwise. And so with that said, remember, you're not just getting the talent of the player, a star wide receiver that's on the back end of his prime, but you also have to take in the contract as well. So I'm looking at a third, fourth round pick of some sorts when it comes to D-Hop. I could see Jerry making that move. We know Jerry likes trades. He doesn't like free agency, but he likes trades. And the Cowboys need help in that receiving corps. That could make sense for Dallas. Where will DeAndre Hopkins play in 2023? This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break, if so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in and tell me where you think DeAndre Hopkins is going to go. Tell me one team where you think he'll play, whether it's back in Arizona or somewhere else. Let us know in the comment section below. Harrison writes, will the Chargers fire Tom and Brandon after the 2023 season? You know, what's interesting is with Staley, I think Staley's a decent head coach. I think that he's just gotten in his own way. He feels like a coach that's not ready. Think like Lane Kiffin, right? Lane was not ready to be the Raiders head coach. He wasn't ready to be the Tennessee or USC head coach. But he got humbled, came back to Alabama, and then went to FAU, and he proved himself, and now he's been one of the best head coaches we've ever seen at Ole Miss. And, you know, his name's come up for other jobs. I think Staley probably needs a reality check, a humbling of some sorts, and, you know, he will get fired. I think Tom's getting fired too. They'll clean house, but Staley will get a shot to be head coach again. Don't know necessarily about that for Tom, but last year was a disappointment. I can't expect things to get better there. Ozzy Osmond, not Osborne, with a $5 super chat, bang, says, what's your take on Malik Cunningham? Malik Cunningham, the Louisville quarterback. Very athletic, not that great of a passer there. I think Malik Cunningham is going to be a very late pick. I think you're talking day 3 in Malik Cunningham. I don't think that there's much excitement about him. I think that you might be talking about, and this might be one where we check the tape later, but at least for now, his future might not necessarily be at the quarterback position. It might be somewhere else. Don't kill me for saying that, but he's not that great of a passer. He's a great athlete, though. Thanks for the super chat. Falcons record next season. Well, good question. I mean, let me get through the draft before making a record prediction. And let's see the schedule first, too. But I'll give you this, Robert. I don't want to put a number on this, but I do say that you look at that division, there's no reason why the Falcons can't compete to win that division. I'll give you that prediction. I'll say that they'll be a contender in the NFC South. Subscribe today to Chat Sports as we're talking NFL. We're getting you ready for the draft. Going to be here in a couple weeks. Trades, free agency, it's all in one place. This is the channel for diehard NFL fans. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We got you covered. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. YouTube.com/ChatsportsTV to subscribe. Best part about it, it's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. YouTube.com/ChatsportsTV. Parlay writes, could Will Levis fall to number 10? So there was a new mock draft that came out from Daniel Jeremiah, I believe, within a week or two. And it had Will Levis not only falling past 10, but all the way down to 19 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 10, I believe, is the Philadelphia Eagles right now, right? I don't think the Eagles are taking Will Levis. That would have to be somebody trading up at 10 when he falls. So could he fall? Yeah, he could be available, but the Eagles aren't taking Will Levis. Somebody else could trade up with the Eagles potentially and take him there at 10. But yeah, that very, very well could happen. Right now, if I were to guess of what quarterback is the most likely between that top 4, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis, the quarterback that's the most likely to slip, it would be, without question, Will Levis. He's the most likely to fall down. We'll see. I still think that there's a good chance that all 4 quarterbacks go in the top 5. Richard writes, I have a question. So, if the Bears don't draft a running back this year, would you draft Blake Corum from Michigan next year? Yeah, I don't see why not. I know that he suffered the injury at the end of last year, but Blake Corum is a fine running back. He was arguably the best runner in all of college football this past year and was a Heisman candidate before he got hurt. With that said, the Bears would be silly not to draft a running back. Even if that means a day 3 guy or something like that, the Bears will be drafting a running back. But I want to roll out Blake Corum next year, but that's still way, way ahead. Let's get through this draft first. But right now, yes, Blake Corum could be a possibility, but I do think the Bears are drafting a running back this year. Callie Lama writes, if they are available at 14, what corner should the Pats pick, Gonzalez, Witherspoon, or Porter Jr.? It feels like that when you look at these corner rankings, I could on Monday see Witherspoon ranked number 1, Gonzalez 2, and Porter number 3. And by Friday, go to a different website and see Porter number 1, Witherspoon 3, and Gonzalez 2. The ratings keep on shifting. But for me personally, okay, I think that Witherspoon is the best, Gonzalez is the second best, and Porter Jr. is the third best. But I like all three. If you're the Patriots, you're looking for a number 2 corner to play alongside Jonesy, I would take any of the three, but in that order. It'd be Witherspoon first, Gonzalez second, Porter Jr. third, as far as that goes, of who's available there at 14. Real one. We love our real ones here at Chat Sports. Any chance Hendon Hooker slides to the Broncos' first pick at 67? I think he's worth a look behind Russ. Okay, so you have 31 picks in the first round. You have 32 picks in the second round. Pick 67 is a third-round pick. Fifth pick of the third round. And so will he slip all the way to the third round? I would be surprised, but I didn't think Malik Willis was going to fall away to, what was it, the third or fourth round last year? So I could see them potentially doing that in the third round if he was there. I don't think he's going to be there, though. We'll see. Fill in the blank for me. Hendon Hooker is the blank quarterback of the 2023 draft class. Where is he going to get picked? Is he going to be the fourth quarterback, second or third, fifth or sixth? I think he's going to be the fifth quarterback of this class. Fill in the blank for me. Hendon Hooker is the blank number quarterback in the 2023 class. Let us know in the comment section below. Another super bang! $5 super chat from Ozzy. Should the Vikings trade for Malik Willis if the Titans move up to draft a quarterback? So, according to reports over the weekend, sounds like the Titans are done with Malik Willis. And if you watch Malik Willis play in 2022, you know why. Malik Willis looked bad. He didn't look like a very good passer. I know he's a very good athlete, but Malik Willis really struggled. And the Titans have been watching him, obviously, for a year now, more than anyone else has. And Mike Vrabel, he's a good coach. They got a decent staff there in Tennessee. If they don't believe in Malik Willis, a guy they drafted, they invested in, I don't have any reason to think anyone else should invest or believe in Malik Willis either. Sample size is small, sure, but if Tennessee didn't like it already, that's not a good sign. If I'm Minnesota or anybody, I'd stay away from Malik Willis, at least till we get more of a sample size on him as far as that goes. Ray writes, the OBJ signing is pressure that Lamar does not need for his negotiations. Ray, that might be a reach. That might be a reach because, Ray, I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just being honest with you. Lamar recruited OBJ to Baltimore. If anything, it was added pressure on himself based on that logic, Ray. Ray, thanks for chiming in, but that's just not true. Sorry. It's not added pressure because Lamar was a part of this situation, brought it in himself. I see what you mean, but not accurate. Corey, who is your favorite offensive tackle in this year's draft? So I got Wright from Tennessee, Johnson from Ohio State. I could go Jones from Georgia. Those are kind of and then Big Pete from Northwestern as well. I got to go Big Pete. That's the obvious answer for me. He's probably going to go 9 to the Chicago Bears with that selection. They need a lot of help at the tackle spot. To me, that's the one that makes the most sense. He's the best tackle in this draft. He's a great athlete. We'll see what he does. The Bears need a lot of help on that offensive line for sure. But a pretty decent class of tackles as far as I'm concerned.